recommend you just to go see the art on that. I mean, it looks beautiful, beautiful. But let's talk about the characters, because that's another thing. The characters in this are, let's just say that the characters work each other off great. And that's not just from, a writing standpoint as well. They work great because they have great actors to voice them. You got Chris Pine, who, is in Star Trek. He's doing the voice of Jack Frost, and, he does, like, you kind of see him as, like, oh, it's kind of like, that boy, that loner is like, oh, I want him because he's misunderstood. It's like, no, he's actually kind of older. He's like, he looks like a teenager, but I'm sure he's, like, a lot older. But, he has a lot more character than those types of people. I would say character, because he does, like, he is fun, like, to, he teases a lot of people. He's like the trickster in a way. He's like the trickster, but he also has an emotional side to him. He's like, he wants to know why he's there, and he wants to know, like, why should I be a guardian? Because it's not my thing. He even makes a point that's like, it's not my thing to be a guardian because I don't think I'm meant to be a guardian. And, that's actually a responsible note, because a lot of people will say, hey, I want that position now. But no, he's like, no, I don't want to be a part of you. I mean, I want to go do my own thing. You're all, like, about deadlines and stuff like that, and I don't want to do that. I just want to go have fun out there in the world, even if nobody does believe in me. So he's trying to make the best of it, but at the same time, he's like, yeah, why am I put here on this earth to do? So that's happening. And then you also got Alec. Okay, oh, wait, no, not let me go. Not let me go there, because he is, like, he's great. But let me not go there. Let me talk about I'm trying to figure out who's in this movie. Isla Fisher is a tooth fairy. I mean, she's very sweet. She's, like, very curious. She hasn't been out of her, like, palace thing. So when she finally gets out, she's like, oh my god, the children. That's all I care about is the children. It's like, she's really sweet. And, she's very determined. Just to, whenever her little fairy servants come up, she's very protective of them. She's very protective of the teeth, too. And, she's a very sweet character, but also very determined character as well. And then you got the villain of the movie, Pitch Black, who is the boogeyman, who's played by Jude Law. And you know what? Jude Law should do more voice acting roles, because he sounds great. He does a great villain in this movie, and you can tell, because he brings fear to kids, and he's not hesitant to do so. He does what he does, and it's terrifying. It's terrifying. But I'll get that to more later. Hugh Jackman, Wolverine as the Easter Bunny, is like, he does like an Australian accent, so like the Easter Bunny sounds Australian, and that's really clever. He also has like a little place where he makes, the eggs for Easter. And it's like, it's really cool. It's really cool how they do it in the movie, because, the environments that they create for these characters, how they do their jobs, how they work around, the human world and the fantasy world and stuff like that. It's really a marvel to see, like, their structure of how they're going to, get to all the children in the world. It's like, how can you do that? It was like, and then I was like, oh, that's how you do it. So yeah, I really like him, because he's like, he's like, let's just get down to business. I know exactly what I'm doing. He would be the leader of the group if not for Alec Baldwin as Santa Claus. I could not tell one bit that was Alec Baldwin. Like, seriously, it doesn't even sound like him. He's doing like a Russian. He's doing like a Russian Jewish Santa Claus. I'm serious. And he's he's funny, but he's also, you know, threatening at the same time because he is a big jolly old guy, but he has swords that he can like whip out at any single second, and it's really funny. And he's very he's very like, you know, kind, and he's very jolly, and it's nice to see that type of character developed in a Santa Claus role. So that was really fun to see Alec Baldwin do this role, because I did not know it was him. You won't know it was him until you saw the credits. I was like, what? That was him? So yeah, I really liked the Santa Claus in this movie, and I also liked the you know, the other characters in the movie. I thought they played each other really well. I mean, whoever did the screenwriting for how they, you know, worked off each other, it was great. It was really great how they did it, because they would, you know, they would take insults of each other, but they won't take it that seriously. I mean, it really is like a dynamic of, like, you know, the Avengers with, you know, Loki hanging it, not Loki, with, like, you know, Captain America hanging out with Iron Man and something like that. It's just really fun to watch. Now it's time to get to the story, which technically I would have a problem with, because it is the Avengers route. It's like these icons of the world are coming together to stop this one guy who's going to, you know, ruin everything. And yeah, it's basically that plot. I will take off points for that, but I don't know if I want to, because even though the story is like that, is like, you know, the Avengers route, it's so timeless. It's so timeless. I watched this movie again, like, how long has it been? 3 years. 3 years since it came out. It holds up. It holds up beautifully. It's a timeless story. It's really a timeless story. There is no slang used in this movie. There's nothing like, all the technology that they use is like of their own, so that's not dated at all. It really is timeless. And another thing, it's not a why do I keep on blabbering? Like, seriously, I gotta stop that. I gotta work on my speech impediment. But it's not a movie where only kids can enjoy it. It's a movie where adults and kids can enjoy it. This is going to touch in the kid in you, which still exists, but it's hard to get out. This is going to touch in you, because you once believed in these characters. You once believed that these characters were real. And just to see the kids' reactions to these characters, you almost feel like you're there. You almost feel like you're there witnessing this kid is getting to see his icons. Like, seriously, and it's a dream come true. And it's just so timeless like that. It has, like, it's just great in what it does. I mean, just making these characters, you know, making them real, making them want us to believe in these characters. And that's what really got me about this movie. Not the animation, not the characters, but just how timeless this movie really is. I am amazed. We can finally get timeless movies in this age. Timeless animated movies. Animated timeless movies. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that this movie is, like, perfect. Like, look at this cover. You might think it's silly, but it's great. It's really great. Okay? And people say, oh, it's stupid because, you know, it has these characters. Well, no, it's not stupid it's imaginative. That's what it is. It's imaginative, creative, and timeless. That's what this movie is. Okay, you might have problems of it for its characters, its story, but it's timeless and it's beautiful. It's timeless and beautiful. And that's what I recommend for this movie. If you like timeless and beautifully works of art, then you're really gonna love this movie, because it plays into the kid in you. It plays into like the kid in you that is hard to get out, but this movie will make you want to believe. It'll really make you want to believe. And I love this movie for doing it. I love that we have a timeless movie. And I would rank this a 10 out of 10, if not for like, because even though it's a timeless movie, it does have like a few, it has like like, I wouldn't say few, I would say like one or two times where I went, really? But other than that, man, it's just, I love this movie. I love this movie. And I'm really sad that it didn't do well, like, when it came out. It made like $200 million, which is not bad, but it didn't, that's not well for DreamWorks at all. And then they didn't want to associate this movie anymore. And, you know, I really hope that this movie gets a following. I really want it to get a following. I want more people to appreciate this movie for what it did. For how enjoyable this movie really is. So yeah, I'm going to leave off with that note, and for that, I'm going to give this movie a 9.7, because I really love it so much, and I think it's one of the best films that DreamWorks Animation has ever done. So that is my review, and hopefully I'll get you guys with another review sometime in the future. Like, subscribe, and comment whether you want to see more of these. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm sorry this is long, but I'm just really passionate about this movie. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you with another video. So see you later, guys, and take care.